Well, let's do this here, right? Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, very pleasant. Good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, this is Elder Charles Williams, and we are here this afternoon just kind of reflecting on the thoughts and the life and the living and now what is now the legacy of my mother, Mother Dorcus Ruth Williams. The Lord saw fit to receive my mother into his eternal rest on yesterday, and after crying a bucket of tears on yesterday, they still come spontaneously, but nevertheless, I know my mom is in a much, much better place today than she was even 24 hours ago. I wanted to come into the studio here and just share a couple of thoughts that I had concerning my mom, a couple of funny thoughts. My wife and I, we were sitting up in the bed this morning, and we were just sharing some funnies that my mom did, and I can't share everything, but I will share just a couple of them with you. My mom had such a profound prayer ministry, which is where I get it from. And she had such a love for children, which is, again, where I get it from. My mom, I remember a few years ago, my mom called me and she told me about something that had happened. She said, Charles, one of the strangest things happened to me today. She said, I went to Sack and Save. This is when Sack and Save was on McCart Avenue in Fort Worth. She says, I went to Sack and Save, bought a few little groceries, and went to the little gas pump out there across from Sack and Save to get gas. And my mom at that time, she had just started to use a cane or a walker or maybe a quad cane or something like that. And she got out of the car to go put the gas in her car. She got out of the car, put the nozzle in, and went up and paid for however amount of gas she was going to get, and she paid for it. And so she started pumping the gas. And somehow or another, mother did not mean to fill that car up, okay? But somehow or another, the pump got stuck, okay? The pump got stuck, releasing gas into her car, at least releasing gas into the gas tank of her car. She tried to get it out. She couldn't. She started yelling and waving her hands saying, hey, help, help. And finally, a man saw her and came over and jiggled the pump and everything and was able to pull the pump out. By that time, mother's car had been filled with gas. She had so much gas, it was running over on the outside of the car. And the man took and put the nozzle back in and everything. And mom was okay and the man was okay. So mom said, my Lord, I don't have this much money to pay for the gas. I was just going to put maybe $5 or $10 worth of gas in the car. So mom went back up to the little kiosk there to try to explain what happened to the people. The people were filled with laughter. Okay, the people were filled with laughter, and they said, ma'am, just go on. We saw what happened. It wasn't your fault. Just go on and enjoy your gas. So mama got back home, and she called the rest of us. She said, whoo, the Lord filled up my car with gas, and I didn't even have to pay for it. You know, so we were like, Mama, what were you doing? So that's one of the funnies that I will always remember concerning my mother. She was a very, very special lady. And as we are seeing now, condolences come in from all across the country. The scope of her work was, the scope of her work and everything that she touched is just, it really stretches it really stretches all across this country from north central Texas. And the last story I want to share is this. My mom had an infectious love for children. And I'm telling you, there wasn't a day, there wasn't a weekend that we didn't have somebody else at our table. Okay? I mean, Mama would bring kids in from the projects. I mean, hey, we just lived a few blocks down from the projects. But Mama would bring the kids, some of the kids from the projects, to church, and then from church to the house where we would feed them dinner. And we were always like, you know, I don't know if we can really remember a time that it was just our family at the dinner table, because Mother was always bringing somebody else in. And you know what? That is the story of her life. My mother was always bringing somebody else home. And boy, did she do that in ministry. She was always bringing somebody else home to the kingdom of God. Oh my word. There's so much more I could say, but I said I was only going to tell you 2 stories, so those are my 2. So on behalf of all of my colleagues here who work with me at the Amber News Network, many of which I've heard from today and for the last couple of days expressing their condolences. Again, on behalf of all of the colleagues here at the Amber News Network, we remember the life, the living, and now what is the legacy of my mom, Mother Dorcus Ruth Williams. Love you, Mama. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. Thanks for watching.